Okay, welcome to the JB Trio podcast. I'm Lee McDonald Jr.
I am Christopher Woodmansey.
We're going to be your host today for JB Trio podcast, episode 1, season 1. We've never done a podcast before, so this could either be a train wreck or a great idea. Okay, I'd like to start out with introducing the league. I've been bowling this league for probably maybe 10 years or so. How about you, Chris?
Probably almost 6, going on 6.
I think the league itself has been around for about maybe 20 plus years. My dad started bowling in that league in the early 2000s, and that was back when the league was a full house. This past season, we've had 10 teams. It's been averaging, what would you say, 10 to 12 teams the last few years or so?
Yeah, about 12. The latest, the most we can get.
Yeah, but we've been going strong. We went through COVID, and for a while there, we got down to, I think, 8 teams, but we're back up to 10. And, you know, even though we're a small league, it's very close.
Yeah, very close confinement. You know everyone.
Yes. Okay, so where we're at in the league, we're in week 23 of our
23.
Week 23. So we started 4 weeks ago in our second half. The first half, we had 18 weeks. And Team 2, Rednecks and Yank. Rednecks and Yank, of course, Mark Merchant's team won that first half.
Worst team ever.
Yeah, they're probably bragging about it even right now. They're guaranteed to face the winner of the second half at the end of the league on week 37. Right now, it's pretty close. Out of the 4 weeks we bowled, Cankles and Quasies is in first place. They jumped up there. I mean, they were in the middle for the first couple weeks, and then they caught fire here in the last couple weeks, and now they're in first. Second place right now is I'd Hit That, followed by Bust Your Nut, some of these names. Triple X, Cranky Acres in fifth, Beard 36, Ford Family 7, and then of course Rednecks and Yank, who won the first half, is kind of taking it easy. They're in 8, and then Chris, your team TICP is in 9th. What's going on there?
Well, I wanted to say is it just gotta be our morale. Like we came out confident. We came out beginning everything, practice. We're confident. We're talking to each other. We're actually helping each other line up correctly because, we bowl on the burn. So it's kind of harder, like, especially even you're young or old. We just around. We're not talking to each other more. Like after the first half, once we came back from like spring, like Christmas break and all that, we stopped talking to each other. We literally just sit there now and just fucking bowl.
Wow.
Like, we don't talk to each other. We don't line each other up. Me and my wife, who bowls with me on the team, we're not even fucking talking because she thinks I'm criticizing her in my head, which I am, about her bowling technique. We've been slowly coming back. We're making a comeback this at the end.
There you go. You know, some guys would joke, like Mark, of course, would always joke and say, Chris, you got to get off the wife and just let her bowl and have fun. But
yeah,
you know how it is.
Exactly.
But I bowl with my 2 sons, and I know exactly what you're talking about. And, they always say that winning basically cures all ails. And so I can understand it's tough sometimes when you want to win and you're competitive, and especially in this league, there's a lot of competition, a lot of people that are wanting to win, and
and that's what's so great about this league. Like, not a lot of people know that. Like, this ain't just like a league that anyone. Like, we want anyone can join, but it's like also very competitive because we're looking at all teams with very high averages.
Yeah, we're small, but you know what? We have fun, and we also love to compete, and I think that's one of the best parts about our league. And then just to finish off the standing list here, we had Futter that missed last week, and unfortunately they're in last right now. Out of 10 teams, it definitely is a very competitive league. Let's talk about where we're going next week. So
we haven't post bowl. We're hoping post bowl tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
9 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Sorry, 8 o'clock.
Okay. So finishing up with the standings, another thing happened last week. You messed up your foot.
Yeah. Actually, we just got done with a pool party with my little daughters, and I came home and I have a bro date, and I'm trying to rush up for my bro date like a little girl, and I have these bags in my hand, and we have this chair in the house that was halfway open, and I'm trying to put these bags in the chair, but the chair wasn't fully open enough to put the bags in, so I slightly pushed the chair, and I don't know my own strength. It literally fell down, And I was thinking, like, you know what? I don't want the chair to make a loud noise, so I'm just going to put my foot underneath it. It shouldn't be that heavy. I should catch it. But no, it was a metal steel chair, and it literally smashed on my toe,
Ouch.
almost breaking it, but literally gushing blood,
Man,
and
that's
I was literally out.
man. And I saw pictures of it. It looked nasty. You're going to lose that toenail.
Like, oh yeah, definitely. I can't wait to pull it off.
Oh man, is it black and blue right now?
Yes, yes, it's very much so. I cut it up like 4 times. I poked holes in it so we could at least blood. But I was glad to give you a current update on it. It's feeling way better. I
Oh,
did
good.
bowl yesterday. I bowled and I bowled at 6:30. But after I took my shoe off because my shoe was kind of tight,
Mm-hmm.
it was it was bleeding a little bit through my sock.
Oh, ouch. Well,
So
how about that's your right foot? So that's your
my power leg.
yeah.
Yeah.
Did you feel it at all?
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel it now, but when I put my shoe on, because it's kind of tight around my toe area. Yeah, especially when my power leg to my finish move, my
Yeah.
slide, I can feel
Push
it
off
then
foot.
for sure.
So did you
Yeah.
feel it on the push off?
Yep. Exactly.
Ouch.
Oh yeah. And so, but I'm actually walking slower and giving my accuracy more depth to it. So I like it.
Yeah. So given
I'm
that we
not
bowl Tuesday
rushing.
nights and you're going to post bowl tomorrow night, that's going to be back to back nights. So hopefully that foot holds up.
Exactly. What's where we're hoping we win. We win against Triple X, which shockingly, like are doing good this half.
Oh,
Like
come
what
on.
the hell?
That's
Like
Mike Henderson and Mike Ensline and Christian. And that was, oh man, I wanted to see, because you and Christian brought Christian in, and he's already, well, he's probably got like an extra 30 pins to his
yeah,
hat.
okay, he practiced. He went bowling with me 2 days ago with my first bowl with my broken foot. We practiced
Oh,
like
wow.
twice a week.
Yeah, but it's one thing when you practice. You guys would have had match play head to head against each other, and it's always fun to go bowl against your buddies. You know how it is when you bowl against your buddies, and I happen to bowl 300 against one of my buddies. Remember that?
Exactly. I mean, I remember, but I mean, I hate you because I hate bowling against you because you're more likely you're going to shoot a 300 on me
You know,
again.
you have to get lucky once in a while.
I tried to do that to you, but I choked on the last ball.
Yeah, you did try to do that. You what, 297 was it?
297. I left half a bucket.
So you got 11 in a row against me, and I
Yes.
bowled Mark 2 weeks ago. I bowled him about a month earlier than that. He's joking with me because I didn't leave, and this is like the rarest thing. It's like a full moon times 10. I didn't leave a single 10 pin against him that 1 week, and I bowled him again 2 weeks ago, and the same damn thing happened. I didn't leave a single 10 pin. He's like, "What the
Oh
hell
my
you
god!
got to bowl like this against
Oh
me?"
my gosh!
I must bowl good against all my good friends.
Yes,
But
that's what I mean. But Mark deserves that. Mark brings it on himself. All right.
Yeah.
So you're doing the world a favor.
Oh well. Hey,
All right.
what can I say?
You're doing. Yeah. So we applaud you for that. All right.
I'm sure he's gonna love to hear that.
Yes, I would love. I can't wait to hear this.
And speaking of bowling good against Mark, this past week we had a 300 shot. Mr. Larry Keel shot 300, and
Oh
of course,
yes.
whose team was that against? That was against Mark.
Oh thank God. The Lord is just blessing us.
He posted it on Facebook, which I didn't even know he had a Facebook. He posted on Facebook. He said it couldn't happen to a better team.
Yeah. I hear you. I mean, we've been having a lot of miracles. We had the Lily 2 weeks
That was
ago,
2 weeks ago. Yep.
and then now we have a 300. I wonder what's next.
Good stuff comes in threes, so we got our third week coming up, so we'll have to see.
Maybe Mark team lose all 48 points.
Hey, they've been doing that. I think they only took 2 against Larry's team. They had
Oh my God!
it was Larry and Chance are on the same team, and they both shot 700 against him.
Wow, who was the king of the hill that week? No, Larry don't get in, so wasn't Larry.
Yeah,
So
wasn't Larry. It wasn't Larry. Who the hell was it? Chance never gets in, but he bowls great every week.
yeah.
If Peyton was here, he would know right off the bat. Oh, Joey. It was because Joey come up this up. Joey shot 780. He comes
Wow.
on. He comes up and he bowls 250, 260, 260, and he just went nuts. And he won everything. We were making fun of Mark, and the guys were like, "So what'd you tip Peyton?" And he said, "I don't tip nobody."
I
And
don't tip nobody.
we don't accept tips anyway. If they tip them, they just happen to tip Peyton. But I don't accept tips. I do what I like to do because I like to do it. But
Exactly. That's honorable, which is awesome.
yeah,
But it's so much work. I mean, like, if anybody knows how much work keeping up freaking brackets and King of the Hill numbers and while bowling, give or
dude,
take,
it's
freaking
easy.
hard.
It's easy now. At first, when you gotta figure out your routine, it takes a minute, but it's easy now and it's fun. And for as little league as we got 30 bowlers, 10 teams, 3 on each, and we
Yeah.
get at least 7 brackets going. So for a small league, that's not bad. I know there's a lot of other leagues that'll probably brag more, but for us, we're consistent. 7 brackets a week. We got King of the Hill, we got card game, we got a bunch of stuff going on, and we have fun.
Now, I'm not the one who thinks like this. I know a lot of people do. I mean, they have to think like this. Like, if you sign up for brackets or King of the Hill, like, you got to know that one bad game, you might get lucky, get through, but if you bowl one bad game, you're probably out because of how good of bowlers that are around in this league.
That's right.
That you can't mess up.
Yeah,
Like,
and
you want a high 200 game at least with handicap, without handicap. You have to.
yeah, exactly. And my average right now, I'm probably getting still about 25 pins, and people are always questioning me, "Why are you getting that many pins?" Well, I've been bowling like shit this year.
Exactly.
So next week we're looking at team number 1. That's us. We're bowling team 9. Our team is in 5th place right now. We're bowling the 4th place team. That'll be pretty good. It's always good to when standings are, you got 2 teams next to each other. And then you guys are bowling team 6, and that is that's the Futterguckers. That's Will and Dallas. We just bowled them. Yeah. So
there we go.
yeah, unfortunately, they didn't show up last week, so hopefully they'll be there next week. Team 10 is facing Team 2. Oh, that's the first place team. Logan's team, and who else is on
Oh,
there?
yes. You talking about the cruisers?
Logan and Kiefer, yeah.
Yeah, kinkers and posses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Logan and Kiefer, they're bowling Team 2. Oh, they're bowling Mark's team. That'll be good.
That'd be a good team.
Oh, Mark's going to probably – we're going to have to psych up Mark before the bowling and tell him, hey, he's bowling the first place team. We're going to have to get in his head. And then we got 4 Family is bowling Beer 30, and they're next to each other too. 6th place bowling 7th place. And then Team 4 against Team 7, that's Dwayne's team. I'd hit that against Bust Your Nut. That's Jerry and Ricky. And they're next to each other. They're in 3rd. So this is definitely going to be a big week. It's almost like a position round, really, because it's almost every team is bowling right next to the other team in the standing. So
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. Do you think moving down, since we started in the first half of the first one through lane from 3 to 13, do you think moving down increase the scores?
I think so, but it just can't be a coincidence that everybody bowled like shit the first half and all the averages were down. That all of a sudden we had 3 700s last week, a 300 all of a sudden. We're only 4 weeks in on the high end. I think it definitely does make a difference. Even though, and this is probably a sticky subject with our league, having to follow the first shift league, bowling on the high end, in most cases means we're going to be a little bit later. But the manager actually worked this past Tuesday, and she gets that first league in order. She had them finished about 9 o'clock, which is crazy early for us because we're used to them finishing at 9:30, and we're always starting late. In our league, in our rules, it says we're supposed to start at 9, and very rarely do we ever start at 9.
Oh, yeah.
But, it comes with the territory. We know the first shift league is 5 on a team, and some of them are older, so they're not getting as many strikes, or they're not bowling as fast as what it would be for younger people. But it comes with the territory, and, there's some people that we live with it, but if they finish earlier, that's a plus, and they did this past Tuesday, and we were happy that they did, and we finished early as well. And So, but the manager said she's not going to be there next week or this upcoming week. It's probably going to be another 9:30 night.
Well, that's good to know now.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, like, yeah, you're right. But I mean, that got to be our biggest downfall of the league in everybody else's eyes.
Yeah.
So,
it is what it is. I know
yeah,
some
it is what it
teams.
is.
We've had teams that have bowled with us before that have actually stopped bowling with us because of that particular reason, and we hate to see them go because, but somehow we just keep adding teams though. So
Yeah, because like my selling bit towards this league, if I had to tell anybody who wants to join this league or even considering this league, if you're a good bowler or you think you're a good bowler and want to get better, you can walk out with at least $200 a night bowling this league if you win it. If you win it all, take it all, which is possible. I mean, I've done it before. You've done it before.
Great.
Like, you can walk out with so much money and have so much fun and get picked on and just have shit talking to you. But
last year, David's team and his two sons, they actually won both halves of JB Trios in 2020 to 21. When they won, they walked out with $600 a man.
Yeah,
$600 a man. It was pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's crazy. Like I never seen somebody like in my 6 years of bowling, never seen someone take it all the whole year. Like I can see someone take first half and that's it.
I must admit, when I first started 9 years ago, bowling with my dad and bowling with Ryan Curtis, who's a legend at the bowling alley. He'll probably laugh at me for saying that. But we actually, in my good years, we actually averaged like 680 as a team. Like all three guys averaged over 220. And I remember our highest set one night was like 813 for one game. The one year that we bowled really awesome was in 2011 when we did the same as what David's team did. We won both halves. Back then, when they had 24 teams instead of just 10, we actually took $1,000 a man, which was pretty nice.
Yeah. See, that's a great day. See, that's a great day of winning.
Even though we're only 10 teams now, taking 600 a man is unbelievable. So, I mean, 24 teams. If you do the math, 24 teams back then for 1,000 man, and it's only 10 teams now, and you still get 600. I mean, that's still our league is one of the best prize fund setup leagues, I think.
I second that.
Yeah.
Second, like I tell everyone who wants to join a league about money, or like I tell them the difference between a fun league and a money league.
Yeah.
And I tell them JB Tree is fun, but it's also about money. And people is very competitive, very good bowlers. But you're guaranteed, if you're good, you're guaranteed to make money.
Yeah.
While bowling. Yeah.
I second. Oh, we're not, big shots, big tournaments and stuff like that. We're just a regular, have fun, competitive league. But then you
have Ron Burgundy over here.
Yeah.
Ron Reynolds. Yeah.
Ron, he's one of our best bowlers. He's been bowling that league, I think. So whoever has lasted in this league, he's probably got the highest seniority. I think he's been bowling.
Yeah.
If I remember right, I think he said over 25 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Unfortunately, some of the older guys have quit over the years, but he's the one that's lasted. And so he's still running strong. And of course, he bowls with Mark and he bowls with Kyle Howell. And I remember when Kyle won King of the Hill, swept it for like 3 weeks in a row. We had to rename it Kyle of the Hill.
Wait, we're talking about Kyle, like UPS Kyle? Like UPS Kyle?
We're talking about Kyle. So those three bowl together, and so they make up a really good team, and they won the first half, so they're going to be guaranteed to bowl the champion of the second half.
Wow.
But no, I like Kyle. He's a good bowler.
I mean, me too. He's a mystery ball.
More than 10 years.
Yeah, he's a mystery ball. Like, you don't know what you're going to get out of Kyle. Well, you can get bad Kyle or a unbelievable carrying out of the ass Kyle.
I'm sure if he was here, he would probably agree with you. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yes. I mean, I'm not wrong.
Yeah. And that's some of the bowlers, and we've got guys like Ricky and his mom. Ricky's another one that bowls great on some nights, and Jerry's consistent. She's one of the few ladies that we have in the league. We got like 5 ladies, and she's a consistent bowler. And then
She's
we got
actually getting
Greg.
better. Actually, I think she's actually getting better at the game.
She is. She bowls a ton of leagues up there. She bowls the early shift on Tuesday. She bowls the late shift, and she's definitely improved. And Greg's on that team too. He does the same. He bowls the first shift and the shift afterwards, and they team up. Is there anybody else that does that? That bowls the first shift and the next shift?
My partner Brian.
Oh yeah, Brian. Let's talk about Brian a little bit. Let's hear about your partner.
I mean, I never met the guy until his wife, who works at the bar, is a bartender at the bowling alley.
She does.
I told her that I'm looking for a third to join my team for JV Trios, because we all know Forrest was my partner for last season. God rest his name, Eddie, Evil Eddie. He was with me last season. But
yeah, that's true. We lost a good one there last year. JV Trios, Evil Eddie,
yeah.
and unfortunately passed away from COVID a few months ago, and man, it was so sudden. I couldn't believe it. Yeah. One of the things that I'll always remember about him is just how he had the ability to just make somebody laugh. And
exactly.
I wasn't on his team, but it felt like he was on your team. Like even when he just bowled and come up to bowl, and he would just come up with something, or maybe he'd come by and pat you on the shoulder and give you words of encouragement only the way Eddie can. So it was a big loss. So we definitely miss you, buddy.
100%. Yep. When I needed another partner, clearly. So I was venting to the bartender, Christina, and she's like, "Well, my husband just got back in the game." I'm like, "Who's your husband?" I'm like, she showed me her husband, and then I'm like, "Okay, let me watch him bowl for a couple of frames and games." And I probably did it for like 2 weeks, watching bowl. And he was bowling consistent scores, like 230s consistently. I was like, okay. So once I saw his like couple games, I'm like, this guy has the potential to be a good bowler. Like this guy.
And you were looking like all summer too for a third.
Yeah, I was looking for I was asking people. I asked all my friends that I knew were good, but they were all busy.
I didn't know that you didn't know him before. So man, what a pickup.
Yeah. So he was looking for, I asked him, like, what are you looking for? Like, what kind of person are you? Because I like to win, and I want a person who wants to strive to win. He's like, I'm the same way. I want someone who can very competitive, who wants to win, who wants to play to win. Like, you want to play to win, not play to have fun, play to win. He had that mentality, and I like the way he bowled. He could help me out, I could help him out with his line, and we became a perfect match. And we never bowled together. We never bowled together until the league happened, and then we started off hot beginning of the league.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember when you guys bowled us, you shot 700 on me.
Yeah, I mean, I shot 700 back to back for 3 weeks.
Yeah, I remember that. I think it was we were 2 of those weeks. I think we bowled you guys in the first position round. I think.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it was against Peyton. I remember Peyton saying also 700.
I remember.
And I did. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Brian. Yeah, Brian is one that he's very competitive, because when you're on the approach and you hear somebody down 2 lanes down, scream "F you" to the lanes and hollering. That's Brian. He's very competitive.
Yeah, he's very emotional too. Like what I like about him.
Yeah, but in a good way. I mean, he's not, always Debbie Downer. He's a good guy.
Of course, yeah.
He's a good bowler too.
Of course, yeah.
Who else haven't we talked about? Oh yeah, Larry Keel and Chance, Colleen, Larry's wife. They started bowling JV Trios this year, and Larry just shot 300 last week. I think it was 709 for the series. He had a good week. Oh, and he don't know, but Mark got him in the brackets, cashed in a little bit. Mark bowled bad his first game, and he put Larry in 4 of them, and Larry just swept him. Oh
wow!
Yeah, he killed it. He ought to get himself in though, and Chance too. Chance joined because his now wife Allie, I think started school, if I'm not mistaken. So she's out, and Chance is in. Probably won't tell you he's bowling up to his caliber, but he's like 650 every week. He was 700 last week. He never gets in any brackets. I'm like, damn, Chance, what's going on? But I don't know. Maybe he just
The one day he goes in the
wants to
brackets,
distract.
he shoots badly.
Yeah. And I know
The
we're
one
not
time he
like
goes in the brackets, it's like boom, lost.
yeah. And I know we're not like the men's league where they've got, Monday night they got like 20, 30 brackets going. I don't know if he's maybe into that, but it'd be nice to see him get into brackets maybe once in a while. And then Colleen's Larry's wife. She bowls. She's been bowling in that house for many, many years. Her and Larry bowled a ton on Thursday nights on the Rising Stars League. They wanted to bowl with Allie, who's their granddaughter, so they signed up this year, and we're glad to have them. We got to talk about Dwayne's team. So I'd hit that Dwayne's team, Dwayne and Richard and Trent. They came in second place in the first half of the league, and they lost to Mark's team, unfortunately. It was close. And then they bowled Mark the next week right after that. And here in a little bit later, we're going to talk about bowlers of the week. And Richard had bowled 7-12 and killed Mark's team, and I think they took like 40 from him.
Oh wow!
But they're currently in second and doing really good, and they had another good week last week. So look for that team to do really good here towards the finish.
Keep some damage. Yeah, there you go.
And then Futter Guckers, they're also a new team for JB Trios. Will, his wife Trinity, and Dallas, their son. You know Dallas, though, don't you?
Oh yeah, very much. He was my groomsman at my wedding.
There he was. Bowled us 2 weeks ago when they were here. They missed last week, so we hope to have them back. They actually dropped out of the league for a few weeks, but we're happy to have them back, and we hope they continue on. And that pretty much makes up all of our bowlers. Hope we didn't miss anybody or leave anybody out. If we did, we'll see you on Tuesday. You can curse me out. So to go over bowler of the week, I'd like to start it when we started our new half. It was week 20. Chance Defoe for the men bowled 110 pins over a series, and he shot 668 with an honorable mention to Dwayne Smith. He bowled a 682, but he averages way over 200 anyway. But Chance made bowler of the week that week because it was 100. He had the most pins over his average, even though Dwayne shot the higher series. And then Colleen for the women shot 58 pins over her average with a 454 series. The week later, week 21, Kiefer had bowled 113 pins over his average, 695 that week. And with an honorable mention of Dwayne, he shot 701. Again, he bowled the higher series, but it's because he has a way big average, and Kiefer outdid him on the overall over series. Also, Mike Ensline, honorable mention to him for bowling 81 pins over a series, and he had a 226 game. And for Mike, that's his highest game that he's ever bowled in league ever.
And he also broke his high game twice in this league. So
yes, he did. I remember that. It was like week 10 or something like that. He bowled 209, I think it was. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. The last 3 years, one of the most improved bowlers in the league. He started out like averaging 100. Now he's at almost 150. So he's doing really good. Bowler of the week that week on week 21 for the ladies, Jerry Boudreau, 15 pins over, and she bowled a 405. Moving on to week 22, Christian Gomez had 142 pins over his series and shot 604 with a 226 game. Another highly improved bowler from when he started just a couple years ago.
yes, sir.
Honorable mention to Peyton Estes, my boy. He shot 681. And for the ladies, we had a ton of ladies bowl good that week. To lead them off, your wife, Camilla. She shot 70 pins over her series with a 559 and a 200 game.
Yeah, it helped our team a lot.
Yeah, it did. And Colleen Keel, she tied her, though. She had 70 pins over her series as well. She had a 469 with a 181 game. Honorable mention to Jerry Boudreau, who had 60 pins over her series with a 450. So that was definitely a ladies' week.
Yeah, it was.
And for last week, week 23, that was back to the men's week because they all bowled great. Larry Keel, of course, made a video on our website, JB Trios Facebook, bowling an honor score of 300. And he had 124 pins over a series in 712. Honorable mentions go to Joey Robb, who subbed that week, had a 782. Chance Defoe had 709. So we definitely had a lot of men bowling really good that week. And we only had one lady bowl. Colleen had a sub bowl for her, and then Camilla missed. You guys are going to post bowl. Jerry also didn't bowl that week, so the only female bowler we had was Sierra Forrest. So by default, she makes bowler of the week with a 448 series.
Hey, default.
Hey, what'd you think of that first podcast?
Oh yeah, it went well. We got a lot in the history of Jimmy Trios in, how the update season's going, and hopefully it ends out with my team winning the league. So
I second that. Maybe if you guys will let us take second, I second that.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay, that about wraps it up for the JB Trio podcast, episode 1. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we hope to see you next time. For my partner Chris, why don't you end the show for us?
All right, guys, thank you for joining. I hope you come back, because if you don't, the next time you go bowling, you're going to leave a 10 pin.